Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. It's Carolyn. So today I have a Reddit story that I'm going to be reacting to. We're going to be reacting to Am I the Asshole for Refusing to Read Tarot in Front of My Brother. And so basically I'm just going to give my opinions on this and my thoughts behind if OP is the asshole or not. If you're new to the channel, I want to say welcome. Please subscribe. I would love to have you a part of the family. I post more fun videos like this. I also post educational videos to help you all along your spiritual journeys. And I also post readings. So I do pick a pile readings, collective readings, and zodiac readings. I have reacted to Reddit posts before, so I'm going to have that video linked in the cards above that you can watch after this one, along with other videos of mine that I would suggest for you to check out. Let me know in the YouTube comments down below if you agree with my opinion or not. I would love to have a discussion down below. And so with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start reading what OP posted, and then I'll give you my opinions. So it says, I have been reading tarot for nearly 6 years. I learned in high school and got started reading my fellow classmates young, so I'm pretty good at it. I do take donations, but I have a day job too, so everything I make from it gets donated to a local charity near me for a cause that I support. If I'm doing it at a place that does vending, I try to give back whatever I can to the event so they can afford to put the event on again. Sometimes my mom's friends will want readings. I am usually happy to read for them at parties since they are usually all excited, and since it's my mom, I do it without charge. If they want to tip me, I tell them to send it directly to the charity I would send it to and leave it at that. These are done in person. Now here comes the issue, my brother. My brother is one of those atheists. I do genuinely love him, but I do not like reading at events when he is around. He makes it miserable. There have been many times when I have had to tell him to take a step back because he will stand directly over my shoulder and pick at everything I say and do and accuse me of scamming people. Right away, first impressions, it's like everyone's entitled to their beliefs, and like obviously like I'm not one. I believe in tarot, but if I meet people and they have a different belief system or they just don't believe in tarot and ghost and anything occult at all, like that's their business. I'm not going to try and convert them, but also like I don't want them to try and talk to me about it. So you know, I'll typically try and steer the conversation away, like it seems like the original poster is doing here, where they're trying to make it where they're not breeding around the brother because of the way that he acts. There are many times where I have had to tell him to take a step back because he will stand directly over my shoulder and pick at everything I say and do and accuse me of scamming people. It pisses me off because one, I'm doing it as a favor to my mom, and two, any money I do get from it goes to charity. It's not like I'm pocketing money, and it's not like I make a whole lot of it anyways. So my opinion so far on this is, as someone who does sell tarot readings, I think there's a way to go about it that is ethical, and there's a way to go about it that's not ethical. So if you are selling simply a product and you are letting people come to you and they choose to purchase that, that is fine, because everyone who is buying a tarot reading then believes in tarot readers. If this is not something you believe in, then you do not have to purchase one. But if someone wants a tarot reading, regardless of if it's real, if it's not real, maybe that person just needs to hear something said in a different perspective that they already know. Regardless of the reason, they're choosing to buy a tarot reading. So that's on them and how they want to spend their money. The same way, if I was selling these earrings, if someone doesn't have their ears pierced, they wouldn't buy those earrings. But if someone does have their ears pierced and they want those earrings, they're going to buy them. So I think if you are just, you know, selling your services and people are coming to you because you're accurate, because people like how you read, because people like the guidance that you have given them, that's fine, because it's not about tarot reading per se and what the belief is. You both share the beliefs, and again, like I'm not here to argue if it's true or not. But if you both believe in what you're doing, and if you both believe that it's helping the person who's getting the reading anyway, and they're getting what they want out of the product, it doesn't matter if it's real or if it's not real, or the arguments about that, because it's helping the person who's purchasing the reading regardless of how it's helping them. I do think though you have actual scammers out there who try and read for people who didn't want to be read for, and they use scare tactics to get people to send them money, either by saying that they're cursed or saying I read it for you, now you have to give me a donation, when that's not how it works. If you choose to read for someone for free, that's your doing. If someone is generous enough to give you a donation, that's fine. That is generous, and as this person said, you know, that would be considered a tip. And so that is then the person, the client, choosing to pay you. That's fine, because it's their choice. But if you're going in and saying it's a necessary donation, that's not a donation, then that is a payment that you just used words around to lie about to scam people. And then if you're trying to tell someone that they're cursed and the only way to break the curse is to do these things or pay you money or whatever you need to do, then that's a scam, because you're making up these lies to tell people they have to give you more money. It's completely different. Let's say you actually met someone who was like genuinely cursed, and that is very rare. It does not happen as much as people think it is. But let's say someone is genuinely cursed. Any tarot reader who actually is respectable, they will tell the person, hey, this is what you need to do. And I can help you, but it's either going to be something where like you give the person the option to do it themselves and then they would choose to pay you, or like there's some people that would just be generous enough to help them out for free. Obviously, like everyone has different means, and like not everyone's going to be able to help people out for free, but they would at the very least tell the person what they can do themselves to make it better. This way, okay, you can't pay me, that's fine. This is some advice. Maybe it's not as much as I could do, but it's something. You're never going to have anyone legit just say, you're cursed, you're doomed, unless you give me $100. Like that's when it's very scary, because then you're not giving the person any choice but to pay you. So that is a scam. But I think there's a way to go about it that's scammy, and there's a way to go about it that's professional. And like I said, if you don't believe in it, then you don't have to purchase it. There's nothing being forced upon anyone then. So then the story goes, I finally snapped at a recent party my mom had. I go to school full time as well as working a day job, so it's been harder for me to do that too. So this was during my off time after being incredibly busy in my personal life too. My brother stood there and picked at everything and made the person I was reading for oh my god, that's crossing a line. Like anyone, regardless of what your belief is or not, you should not be making the person cry. I told him to leave multiple times and go harass someone else at the party, but he stood firm and said that people needed to know I was a scammer. Again, when these are done in person at parties like this, put on by my mom, I do them for free. It's not like I'm stealing money from people. They just ask me to do it, and I do it. I told my mom I would no longer be bringing my cards to events that my brother is present at. She said she understood, but that I should be taking the time to educate him better instead of making everyone else suffer with my decision. I told her that they could call me anytime, and as long as I wasn't busy, I would do it. I personally do not believe in wasting my time educating people who do not wish to be educated, but I do feel bad since it's not their fault that my brother is like that. I feel bad for not just dealing with him, but he's gotten semi-intense and he is not easy to kick out. He doesn't listen to me because he's super close in age to me, and my mom thinks it's a good opportunity for him to learn tolerance. He knows about the decision, but he doesn't know that he is a reason for it. So am I the asshole? Okay, so my opinion is OP is not the asshole. Whatever boundaries you need to set for whatever reasons are totally valid. I do think that the brother is being a complete jerk and being super inconsiderate of other people's beliefs. Again, you don't have to believe in something. You can be an atheist. You can think that everything is a joke and that it's not legit. That's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. But if two people are believing in something, to go and harass them to the point where it's not just your sibling anymore, you're making the person that they are reading for feel uncomfortable, which I think is the mom's friends or co-workers or whoever they are at the party. They know the mom on some level. To do that to your parents' friends, I think is very disrespectful, because again, it has nothing to do with your sibling anymore and everything to do with the person that they're reading for. And so if these people are going up to your sibling and wanting a reading and it's free, especially because it's free, then that's just a gift. So even if you think it's a game, like, would you care if they were playing like a card game? No. So I would just like leave it alone, especially if apparently like it seems like your sibling is pretty accurate that people are constantly wanting to be read from them. So I just feel like the brother's being completely inconsiderate, being very disrespectful, and honestly I don't know why only the sibling has to deal with it and why other people at the party aren't like trying to get the brother to stop, because it's going beyond beliefs and siblings having disagreements over beliefs, and it's getting to the point where he's making other people at the party very uncomfortable, especially like let's say that the client is going through a very hard time in their personal life. Would the brother be making the same like comments and snide remarks if they were just talking and asking about advice and needing to vent about their life? No. And a lot of times that's what's happening when you're doing tarot readings, is that yes, you're looking at the cards for guidance, but it's about very personal topics for the client. And so if the client's trying to have like this safe space to figure out what to do, regardless of the tarot cards or not, it's still someone giving advice to someone who needs advice. And I think it's just very disrespectful to be making it about your belief system, because there's a time and a place for it. And I don't feel like OP needs to educate the brother. I feel like that's something that the brother should just have common decency for, and know boundaries about, your beliefs versus someone else's beliefs. And I kind of feel like it's the mom's responsibility, because she's wanting him to learn tolerance. You should be teaching your child to not go and harass their sibling when they're doing something to try and help others, regardless if they believe in it or not. Like OP said, they're not charging at these events, so it doesn't make any sense. And even if they were charging, like, you don't go up to your sibling's work and harass them there just because you don't believe in the work that they're doing. There's a time and a place for things, and I feel like the brother's just being completely disrespectful.